Welcome back to my channel IMDb Recap. Today I'm going to explain an Indian Hindi language comedy drama movie, Munna Bhai M.B.B.S, released in the year 2003. The movie is about a gangster who can be seen trying hard to become a full-time doctor. In his journey, he joins a medical college and ends up teaching a lot of valuable life lessons to many of his doctor colleagues. To watch his exciting journey unfold, please subscribe to our channel and beware of the spoilers. The movie opens, and we see a guy with a funny name Circuit following a man named Ghanshyam who catches a taxi, and the taxi driver appears to be Munna Bhai, the protagonist of this movie. Circuit and Munna Bhai bring him to their place where another man Manilal demands his money from Ghanshyam, and he informs him that he has already given the money to his brother, who has escaped to Dubai. Munna Bhai hears this and orders Ghanshyam to go back home while he asks Manilal to call his wife to bring money and to let her know that he has been kidnapped. As all of this was happening, Munna Bhai receives a message from his father named Murli Parshad Sharma who informs him that they are coming to meet him today. After listening to the news, Munna Bhai orders Circuit to transform his place into a hospital. Moments later we his father Mr. Sharma arriving alongside his wife at the station where the pickpocket endeavors to steal his wallet, and people catch the miscreant and beat him up. Mr. Sharma saves him from the people and asks him to come with him as their son is a doctor and can treat him. Circuit arrives to receive them and brings them to Munna's place which has been altered to look like a hospital. Mr. Sharma and his wife feel proud of their son and ask Munna to treat the pickpocket who recognizes him, and before he could have said something, Munna asks his men to take him away. They take the pickpocket away and beat him. Mr. Sharma becomes suspicious of a patient that he has been here for a long time and Munna denigrates him for his poor acting. Munna is then seen with Circuit at the ocean and Circuit asks him to come clean with his father and tell him that he is not a doctor. Munna replies that he ran from his village and came to Mumbai to become a doctor but instead ended up becoming a gangster. Munna continues further that he cannot tell the truth to his father because he will lose him. Munna is seen with his mother and recalls how his mother used to give him a magical hug that used to end his fears, and his mother gives him another magical hug and asks him why he is worried, but Mr. Sharma arrives there and interrupts them. Mr. Sharma is on an outing when he meets his friend named Astana, and makes him recall that he was the first doctor in their city hospital. Mr. Sharma informs him about his son Munna who ran from home and is now a doctor. Astana gets confused and says that he does not know any hospital here because he lives nearby. Astana takes him to his house where Mr. Sharma asks him about his daughter, with the name Chinky. On being asked, Astana informs Mr. Sharma that his daughter is unmarried and Mr. Sharma shows his intention of getting his son Munna married to Chinky. Mr. Sharma upon returning home asks Munna about it, and he refuses to marry Chinky saying that he desires a doctor as his wife. Munna's parents start laughing and informs him that Chinky is also a doctor. Munna and Circuit can again be seen at the ocean, and Circuit asks him about Chinky on how she looks and behave, and Munna makes fun of her recalling how she used to look in her childhood. After that, Munna calls Chinky, who is very excited to meet him, but Munna tells her that he is not a doctor and that he cannot marry her. He also requests her to keep this a secret and disconnects the call. The next day, Astana's maid looks at the picture of Munna and informs him that he is a gangster and not a doctor. Astana starts laughing at the time when he gets stressed and calls it a laughter therapy. Astana lies to Chinky declaring that Munna and his father are not coming to see them, and asks her to go to the hospital. Munna and his parents arrive at Astana's house, and he reveals to his parents that Munna is not a doctor, while Munna keeps requesting him to not do this but he reveals everything about Munna to his parents. His father feels embarrassed and leaves from there after apologizing to Astana. Mr. Sharma leaves without his turban on his head and his mother tells him that she has never seen Mr. Sharma going out without a turban in his entire life. Clearly, Mr. Sharma feels ashamed and humiliated after finding out that his son is not really a doctor but has become a gangster. Munna asks his mother for the last magical hug before leaving, but she leaves after being called by his father. Munna drinks with Circuit at night and tells him that he has no consideration because only doctors are respected, and then he gets determined to become a doctor and marry Chinky. Munna and Circuit go to the hospital for admission and enter the operation theater where Dr. Astana was operating on a patient. Another doctor with the name Dr. Rustam clarifies the conditions for admission and also says that he himself is a topper. In the following scene, Munna Bhai is playing a game carom board with Rustam's father while Circuit and his men send Rustam to take the entry test on the behalf of Munna. Rustam takes the test and runs back to his home for his father. Circuit and his men come to congratulate Munna because he was the topper in the entry test. Munna receives calls from many colleges and celebrates with Circuit and his men. Munna arrives to his college with Circuit and looks at a boy who was in a critical condition but was not in the emergency room because his mother was filling out a form. Munna grabs a doctor from his neck and asks him what he will do if he attempts to murder him. Doctor gets scared and takes the suicidal boy into the emergency room, and the boy's mother thanks him for the favor. Munna is looking for his class when Chinky finds him and tries to hide, but Munna asks her to show him where his class was, and she gets shocked to know that Munna is a student. Munna reads her name as Suman and tells her that he will find the classroom on his own. Munna enters the classroom, and everyone stands up thinking that he is a teacher, and all the students are seen stunned when they find out that he is actually a student. Dr. Astana enters and gives them a briefing about what they are going to learn in the next 5 years. Munna hides under his bench and calls Circuit to inform him that he is at Astana's college. He questions a girl who says that she will treat her patients with love, and Astana addresses all of the students, suggesting them not to have an emotional attachment with the patients. Before Astana could have left, Munna asks him whether it is necessary to fill the form for a dying person, and Astana does not reply to him. Astana is in his office with Suman and Rustam and wonders how he got admission to his college, thinking that he is a gangster and definitely doesn't have the brain to crack the exam. Munna then shifts to the hostel, and Circuit brings all of the required things with him. Swami, who is Munna's roommate, gets afraid because of obvious reasons, and Munna asks him to relax. Swami goes out and asks some seniors for the procedure to change the room, but they take him for a ragging session where his other colleagues can be seen dancing naked. Munna arrives at the location where the ragging was being carried out and scolds the seniors. Munna asks Swami to rag the seniors, and they both enjoy it. Next day, Munna asks the same question to Astana, who tells him to leave the class. Munna declines, saying that he is paid for the class, and Astana warns the whole class of taking no lectures for the whole year, and then we see all the remaining students requesting him to leave the class. Munna leaves the class and meets Suman, who asks him what is he doing here. Munna tells him that Astana has ordered him to leave the class for questioning and says that Chinky and Astana are both the same. Munna states that Chinky has told everything to Astana, but Suman tells him that it was not Chinky who told, but it was their maid who did this. Suman says that Chinky has told her as she is a good friend of hers, still not disclosing that she is indeed Chinky, daughter of Astana. The scene shifts and Munna is then seen in his class where the professor is dissecting a dead body, and he is unable to observe it. Munna complains about this to his professor, who suggests bringing his separate dead body. Munna calls Circuit and informs him that he needs a dead body to dissect, and Circuit looks at a Chinese tourist and disconnects the call, stating that he has arranged the dead body. Circuit brings the tourist into the ambulance and knocks him out. Circuit reaches Munna's class with the body, and when he keeps it on the stretcher, the tourist wakes up, and everyone in the class are surprised. Later, Dr. Astana comes there and requests Munna to dissect a dead body, but Munna faints when he sees the blood. Munna opens his eyes and finds Suman and Circuit in front of him. On being asked by Circuit, Munna lies that he slipped and fell to the ground. Munna finds the suicidal boy in front of him, who is again in the hospital, and his mother informs Munna that he has attempted suicide for the second time this month. Munna talks to him and realizes that he has been attempting suicide because of a girl. Munna starts dancing and tells everyone in the hospital about his love failures in the form of a song. The suicidal boy at the end is happy after listening to Munna's story, and his mother tells him that he has smiled after a long time. Munna and Suman are sitting together when he asks her about Chinky and how she looks. Suman promises to make him meet Chinky only if he gets good grades in the examination. Thereafter, Munna is taking another class where the professor is teaching them about a patient who has not made any movement in 12 years and stated that his bed can be given to any other patient. The professor keeps calling the patient as subject, and Munna gets upset and requests him to call him by his name. The professor and his classmates ask Munna to calm down, but he leaves the class, taking the patient, Anand, with him. All professors complain about Munna to Dr. Astana, and they all get ready to suspend him from the college, and Astana suggests to Rustam to prepare the toughest paper so that Munna would flunk. Amid this, Munna changes Anand's appearance and gets very excited. Munna takes the examination by cheating with the help of Dr. Rustam and again tops in the college. Astana gets confused and calls Munna to see him in his office. Munna arrives, and Astana makes him reminisce about how he asked his father to leave and revealed his reality to them. Munna discloses that he remembers everything and leaves after challenging him that he will become a doctor as well as he will marry Chinky. Munna goes and talks to Suman that he desires to meet Chinky, but she makes an excuse that she cannot meet him right now because Dr. Astana is very angry at him, and Munna suggests she should give Astana a magical hug. Munna conducts an example of a magical hug by giving a hug to the janitor of the hospital. Munna calls Astana's phone at night and talks to Suman thinking that he is talking to Chinky while Dr. Astana was listening to the whole conversation. Munna asks Chinky to meet and he disconnects the call and she tells her father that Munna will never bother them again. Munna goes to a bar where he meets a girl who introduces herself as Chinky and Munna does not like her after watching her dancing with other boys. The girl was set by Suman and they all make fun of Munna. In the following scene, Munna meets Suman and reveals that he did not like Chinky because he likes a decent homely girl. Munna admires Suman and he hoped that Chinky would have looked and behaved like her. Thereafter, Munna is with Anand and asks him whether or not he has experienced love, to which Anand responds in yes by blinking his eyes. Munna gets enthusiastic and calls the doctor to see that Anand has blinked, but no one acknowledges him because Anand does not blink after everyone gathers around him. Suman also comes there to meet him and Munna tells her about the blinking by Anand. When Suman gets ready to leave, Munna thinks that if she loves him, she will look back before going out of the room, and it actually happens. This is just one of the scenes which has been used so many times in a Bollywood movie. The next day, Munna reaches Astana's house with flowers and apologizes to him for everything that he has done. Munna tells him that he is not interested in Chinky anymore and Dr. Astana deems relieved after listening to this, but Munna states that now he loves Dr. Suman, and Astana starts laughing due to stress. Suman is mad at him for talking to Astana about her, and Munna tries to convince her. Munna says that he has made a mistake and should have directly said to her and Suman reaches her room where a patient named Zahir comes and Suman looks at his reports. Munna was also there when Suman informs Zahir that he has stomach cancer and has very little time left. Zahir gets glum and states that he has many responsibilities and always wanted to go to the bar and watch the girls dancing but now he is going to die and his wishes would remain unfulfilled. Munna was listening and tries to give him a magical hug but instead Zahir slaps him. Munna is seen sad at night with Circuit and tells him that he has been slapped by someone after 15 years, and Circuit goes to the room in the hospital where Zahir was sleeping and wakes him. A bar dancer dances in the hospital for Zahir and after a while, Astana arrives there and insults everyone. Zahir hugs Astana and tells him that this all was done to make his last wish come true. On the other hand, Munna was about to leave the college when Suman comes there and asks him to not leave as the hospital Viz college needs him and states that Zahir wants to meet with the dancer. Munna encounters Astana, who is about to fire Martin and other staff from the job who were present in the night. Astana gives Munna's suspension letter in his hand, and Munna tells him that he is not going to leave the college at any cost. Munna injures himself while he was still inside in the college and gets admitted. Suman comes to see him, and he lies that he fell out of weakness as he did not have breakfast that morning. Munna and Zahir are sitting with Anand, and Zahir notices Anand blinking his eyes. Munna tells him that one of his friends is going to a bar, and if he wants he can also go with him at night. Then Rustom's father arrives there in a very serious condition while Astana calms Rustam saying that it happens at this age. Rustam says that he can get better if he eats something, and Munna was listening to this. Munna calls Circuit, and they start playing carom board at night when everyone is sleeping. Rustam's father listens to them while playing carom board and sits next to them. He starts playing while Munna gives him juice to drink. Rustam's father completes the game and asks his son to bring food for him. Everyone gets happy. After a few days, Munna recovers, and Astana brings the police to throw Munna out of the college, but all students and the staff of the college gather in front of them in favor of Munna. Astana suggests to them to select 3 professors who will ask questions to Munna because he has reached here by cheating. Munna is seen preparing the questions with the selected professors when he comes to know that Zahir's condition is extremely serious. Munna comes to Zahir, and he asks Munna to save him because he wants to meet his mother, but Munna was unable to do anything, and Zahir dies while hugging him. Next, during answering the questions, Munna keeps reminiscing about Zahir dying in front of him and confesses that he has arrived at the college by cheating and cannot be a good doctor because all he can give to his patients is love and happiness but not treatment. After Munna leaves college, Astana feels proud of himself but then Anand moves his wheelchair forward, and everyone is astonished. Suman gets on the stage and makes her father realizes his mistake. The movie then switches to Munna and Circuit and Munna says that he is missing his mother a lot. Munna is drunk and thinks that he is high, which is why he is looking at her mother in front of him. His mother comes there and hugs him, and then Mr. Sharma also arrives there and asks Munna to hug him after stating that he is proud of him. Mr. Sharma asks Munna to go to the roof where someone is waiting for him. Munna comes to the roof and finds Suman there and she reveals that she is indeed Chinky. We are briefed that Munna and Suman get married, and Circuit also starts his family. Astana starts a hospital where he used to treat people with love, and Rustam becomes new lead after Astana. The scene shifts to Anand, who was telling this story to children and leaves with them after notifying them that he is leaving for Calcutta, and the movie ends here. Overall, Munna Bhai M.B.B.S is a great movie to watch with an amazing storyline, so make sure to check it out. To watch many more exciting recaps like this, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Let us know in the comments section about the next favorite movie that you would like us to recap. Thanks again for watching and stay safe and healthy.